Tainted Cain is a new character you can unlock by using the red key or a crack key on a specific location in the home floor just before the dogma fight. He starts with the crafting bag item in his consumable slot and has to use it to obtain items. If he tries to pick up a normal item, this happens. If you want to craft items, you have to pick up 8 pickups by activating the crafting bag and attacking the direction the pickups are located. If you want to craft an item, you have to press the same button for a few seconds. There are many recipes for items that you can look up on the wiki, but to beat the game we will focus only on a few. If you start a new run, play the first floor like normal, but don't touch or pick up anything until you beat the boss. The first item you should craft is Birthrights, unlocked by defeating Blue Baby as Jacob and Esau. This is not mandatory, but makes everything a lot easier because you get more pickups from items now. If you feel like you can't beat the next floor or boss without any items, I recommend the Freezer Baby. I tested a few easy to craft items and the Freezer Baby is by far the most effective one as it can one-shot normal monsters and slow storm bosses while also practically doubling your damage. After you beat the boss, you want to go the alternative path and focus on getting Steam Sale and D20. The reason behind this is that shops are better on the alternative path and buying 2 items for 7 cents each is a quick and easy way to get many pickups in one room that we can then reroll with the D20 to get even more and better pickups. We want to craft 3 damage items in total and definitely 1 defensive item, 2 if possible, and if we ever get the chance to craft Mom's Key, we will do so as well. The plan is to craft Mom's Knife into a magic mushroom. This combo will more or less one-shot every normal boss in the game, and later on we will add Sacred Heart for homing and even more damage to beat the big bosses. You need many soul hearts for this, so make sure to look out for tinted rocks on the way. Also check cursed rooms, maybe even sacrifice rooms if they have any soul hearts in them as well. The one defensive item we will always craft is a super bandage as it is easy to obtain and gives a lot of health. You can craft this even on the first floor if you can't craft anything else. If you can get the pickups and don't feel confident in fighting Hush, Mother or Delirium, you should craft a Waver. This will basically double your health against them and is a big help. The final build should look like this. You have your knife, magic mushroom and sacred heart for a lot of damage, the super bandage for extra HP and the waver to basically doubling your HP. We also started with the Freezer Baby and have Birthrights to help us through the early game stages. You can have any trinket you want and any extra card you want. Just be careful to not accidentally use the car while you are trying to craft something or while you try to pick up something with the crafting bag. This will give you the damage to beat these bosses relatively quick, and you also have a good amount of health to fight them. But you still need to dodge some of the attacks of course, because bosses like Delirium or Hush usually last quite a long while, and if you get hit too many times you obviously die, right? Now we have answered the 2 most important questions, how we get the damage and how we survive until that point. But you might still ask yourself, how do we get to Hush or boss rush in time? And to be honest, I didn't do it in time. Doing this really quick is possible if you get a really good start, but I decided to do something different. I went ahead and crafted a Mama Mega on the Gehenna 2 floor where the mom fight is, so I can access the boss rush, and also crafted another one after activating the first one, so I can use it on the room 2 right after Gehenna 2 to access the Hush floor. And by having access to the Hush floor, you have access to the Void or Delirium fight as well. And then there's only one thing left, the Mega Satan fight, and you can get the key pieces by blowing up angel statues, because taking devil deals is not really rewarding anyway, but the easier way is to craft Dad's Key. When you go to the chest, you will get a lot of pickups after collecting the 4 items that you get at the start of the floor, which you can use to craft Dad's Key, so that solves this problem. And then there's only one thing left, that is greedier mode, and that one is actually a lot of fun when you get things rolling. The first item you want to beat greedier mode is a Steam sale, and maybe also a freezer baby, because dealing with the waves on your own can be very difficult, so this is again a really good early damage option. After that you collect more Steam sales. 3 work really well, is what I found out for myself. Just in case you didn't know, they no longer make everything free after you get 2 of them, they just add onto each other. But that still works out fine, because if the items cost 5 cents and you get a nickel out of them most of the time, plus bonus pickups, you go infinite really quick. And that is the reason why I say greedier mode is a lot of fun, because you have no access to basically every item in the game and can choose the coolest combo to beat the game without any limitations. And that concludes greedier mode. And leaves me only with one more thing left to say. My name is Bambochutafreak. This was the Tainted Cain guide in less than 6 minutes. And until next time.